So just listen to us. We're going to give it to you here, and you're going to follow us right into the vortex. So we're going to show you something that will work really well for you, or for anyone who so wants the relief of alignment, and so wants the clarity of guidance, and is so presently focused upon the absence of all of that. So we said to you earlier that, and you are a really good thinker. You are a really good focuser. We can feel the power of your mind. And when we visit with people, we can feel, because we're offering words to pull you or to guide you in the direction of who you really are, but we can feel the practice of your mind. You're not coming easily. And that's all right. That is a credit to your focus. And once you get focused inside the vortex, that's going to serve you enormously well. So this is not criticism of any form. We're just saying to you, you think a lot. You talk about what you think a lot, and you practice the vibration a lot. And you, like a lot of people, have practiced an outside the vortex vibration for a while. So it's logical that you wouldn't give it up just because we're an entity trying to get you to. Stay with us just for a moment. So rather than trying to get you to think a thought differently than the thought that you've been thinking, we want to appeal to your logic by saying to you, this vortex of creation, which we asked you earlier, do you believe in the reality of this vibrational reality? And most of you can feel the reality of this vibrational reality. And then we say to you, you can't see what's in there, you can't hear what's in there, you can't smell what's in there. Your physical senses aren't going to help you to discern this vibrational reality, not at first, and not from your outside viewpoint. But if you will accept that this vibrational reality is a vibrational place that you can feel, and you will try to find it through emotions rather than through thoughts. In other words, rather than thinking with your logic, feel with us for a little bit. So we offered to Esther, something happened in Esther's experience not too long ago that took her outside the vortex. Now, we acknowledge that she allowed it, but it took her outside the vortex. And when you're used to hanging around in there, a little excursion outside the vortex is not pleasant. Esther's friend Karen said, I have a 24-hour out of the vortex bug. Esther liked that. In other words, meaning there's something that I'm working on that makes it easier to be out than in. So we said to Esther, focus with us on some words. Let's go through the alphabet. Let's start with the letter A and just try to find what you think is an inside the vortex word that starts with A. And right away, Esther thought of some. She said, appreciation. Now, she wasn't feeling it. It was just a mental exercise. Appreciation, she said. We said, what else? Allowing. Wasn't feeling it. It was just a word. But what else? Alignment. So now, by the time she found her third A word, we said, now, go back over them. See if you can find the feeling of appreciation. Well, she couldn't, but it was fun asking. So then we said, now let's move to B. Can you think of a word that begins with the letter B that you would think would be considered an inside the vortex word? And Esther right away thought of basking. Now, basking moved her energy a little bit because Esther is a basker. She and Jerry will find something and they'll just beat it to death. Anybody watching them would run away sometimes at the appreciation that they're feeling. So Esther just stayed in the vibration of basking, just thinking about basking. We said to her, what is basking? And she said, no, I don't know, what is it? And we said, basking is looking around your immediate vicinity for something to feel good about. So basking. What else? Balance, but basking by far felt the best. Then we moved to the C's. What is a C word? Clarity. Oh, Esther loves that feeling of clarity. In opposition to confusion, the feeling of clarity moved her still further. Then she went into D, delicious, she thought. E, she thought of energy. Ease. Oh, the ease word. The ease word hit her right in the right spot. Ease, she thought. Ease. She felt palpable relief in the idea of ease. 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 And then she went to F, flow. Ease and flow. Ease and flow. She just hung around there in ease and flow. Then she went on to G for goodness, and H for happy, and I for inspired, and J for Jerry. In other words, just reaching for no reason other than to focus and feel and focus and feel and focus and feel and focus and feel. In other words, your friend who led you to a friend gave you the advice to ask for protection because that seemed like the next logical step for you, even though it's never necessary, and to run around like a child. And as you distracted yourself in that way, your resistance lifted from you. And so we're just saying anything that you can do. The reason that we are encouraging it in the way that we are is because you have no choice. When you're all wadded up in the details of your life experience, and the details of your life experience are outside the vortex, so you keep asking for more and not going, and asking for more and not going, and asking for more and not going, and asking for more and not going. The next logical step for someone like you who wants with everything that you are to feel good is a croaking experience. And that's why the people around you were feeling the intensity of it. You'd ratcheted that vibration up to the extreme, you see, to the very extreme. Now, it doesn't have to get extreme like that for any of you, but when it does, you've got to find another way of releasing resistance. We can feel you somewhat resistant even to the silly game that we're offering here because you are so accustomed to thinking. But you know, when you've trained your mind into thinking yourself into a corner, 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 sometimes it's better to stop thinking. We teach our friends meditation because it's easier to teach you to have no thought at all than to have pure positive thought when you've already got yourself ratcheted up in a very negative way on things, you see. So we so enjoy the power of your mind. But we want to say to you, you have to find a way of relaxing that powerful focus. And when you do, you will move into the vortex so quickly, you have not even begun to taste the sweetness of the alignment that is waiting for you. Imagine a cork bobbing on the surface of the water, and see that perspective, that position on the water as pure positive energy, connection to source and to all that is good. Now hold that cork under the water. That's what negative emotion is. But in the moment that you let go of it, it bobs right back to the surface again. So what we're saying to you, in the releasing of the thought that you've trained yourself into, you'll bob back to the surface. The vortex will take you in as it did on the beach that day. You can do it a little every single day.
In a way, I feel all right. And I know whichever way, the way things are now, whichever way my life goes, whichever decisions I make, things will be all right for me. That in a way is something I feel it's like I don't feel I have to go one particular way. It's like I can act now, I can act later.
But the thing that we want you to understand is that through all of this sorting and sifting, you have done all the asking. You've made all of the decisions one at a time, and they're all in your vortex and they're all queued up. You've done the work. Now your work is to play on the beach. Now your work is to release resistance. Now your work is to appreciate and bask and find clarity and look for delicious ease and flow. In other words, your work is to look for feelings that feel good. Your work is non-work. Your work is release and relief and release and relief and release and relief. And it is our promise to you that you will find all of those answers they are all queued up for you. You just got to get in the vortex. That's what this whole conversation is about. You just got to get in the vortex. You just got to get in the vortex. But that makes it sound like something that you got to do. So what we really want to say, first time ever, thank you very much. You just got to stop being outside the vortex. You just got to stop clinging to what's out of the vortex. You got to loosen your grip on outside the vortex. You got to play more. You got to laugh more. You got to have more fun. You got to release more. You got to think less. You want to meditate more. You want to bask more. In other words, don't make it a thinking game. Let it be a feeling game. And then watch what happens. So much there for you. Good time for a segment of refreshment.